Okay. Rick, to answer your question, 100%, I'll tell you, that's something that I wanted to test with this stream. I will demonstrate that for you right now. I don't know what's going on with my Mevo Plus and the connection, so I was hoping to do a whole grouping of everything of how it works and do whatever the case is. But for lack of better streaming and whatever the case, Rick, I'll do this for you right now to show you the swing plane feature of it, right? So like you said in the video itself, it says that this thing clicks only when you're on plane to hit a good shot, right? Not when you're over the top or not when you're super inside. Now, I'm going to delete this live stream and I'm going to do it another time. But if you're watching right now, I will demonstrate this to you. I'm going to set it to 90 miles per hour on the stick here. I generally swing 7-iron around 90 to 95. So it's going to be on 90, right? So what they're saying is this thing will only release when you're on plane and you're not over the top. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that right now, okay? So here I am, and an over the top swing would be super inside like this, yes? We can agree? So I'm going to go ahead and do a super over the top swing, and we'll listen to see if it clicks. So we heard that there too, right? All right, here we go again. Super over the top. Oh, I didn't get it that time. Super over the top. Okay, yep. Now let's go like super inside, like way super inside, like ridiculously inside. Yep. So it's clicking again there. Super inside there too. So Rick, I hope you still stuck around for that. If you did, I appreciate it. But I think you can see 100% that you can go way over the top again. We'll do it again. Over the top. Okay. And super inside, like ridiculously inside. And it comes loose. So what they're selling in that aspect, it's not true. I hope to do more testing with this. I don't think I'm not going to sit here and troubleshoot it. I'm not going to sit here and troubleshoot the whole stream for this duration. For those of you that stuck it out and watched this, I really do appreciate it. I hope that you consider subscribing and going in the future and all that stuff too. I will do a redo on this. I just don't know what's going on with my Mevo, why it's not working right. But again, over the top, it clicks. Super inside, it clicks. And that's set at 95 on this thing. That's a whole nother aspect too, which Rick, I'll go ahead and show you that too since you're here, if you just have the time. But the swing speed feature of this thing, again, from my initial assumptions, is complete like kind of crap as well, in my opinion, because I can get it to release from 100 relatively swinging the same speed as 60. So we'll do that test again just real quick. I wanted to do a whole grouping test as well for the stream, but we'll set it at 60 here and we'll get it to click a few times, right? And I know this isn't going to translate to the stream too much. But I hope that you can tell that I'm not like overly exerting my swing speed. So let's get it to click at 60. I'll try to go slow. Okay. So that's set on 60 on the straight stick, 60. Okay. Hope we can see, like I'm not swinging super hard right there. That is nowhere close to a 100 mile per hour swing. Okay. We got it to click every single time. All right. So let's take it up to 100 now. Okay. We're going up to 100. Okay. It is now at 100 mile per hour swing speed. So this thing should not release unless I'm matching that speed, that lag of what they say, right? So again, I know this is going to be hard to translate on on the video, but I hope you can tell that I'm not really swinging too much harder with it. All right. So it's set at 100 now. Yeah. See, so that is not a 100-mile-per-hour swing. There's no way. Nice and easy. I mean, unless I'm just some like crazy like ball speed guy, which I'm not. I can promise you that. Like, so it's still clicking. I hope y'all can see that. So I hope y'all can see that. Now, I'll tell you what I do kind of like about it, and just real quick. Um, I think that the click is very satisfying. I can tell you that. But for what they're saying that it's going to do for you, it's probably not quite true. But as a warm up tool, I think that this is pretty cool. It's heavier than a normal club, and that click is very satisfying to get you thinking about accelerating through the ball, right? So getting speed where it matters, right? You want to get that speed where it matters, but that speed that they're saying that is on the straight stick is complete bogus. Let's even do this, right? So we can see, I hope y'all can see that is at the 100-mile-per-hour mark right there on the straight stick. It's up here at the 100. Chandler, choose this over lag shot. Honestly, I haven't used lag shot. They kind of caught, like I said at the beginning of the stream, they kind of caught me at a moment of weakness, and I was like, screw it, we're going to give this thing a go. I will consider giving a lag shot. All right, so let's do this, okay? Now, we just did a 100-mile-per-hour swing, right? Now we're going to take this little slider thing all the way up to the top here, all the way up to the top. So, I mean, in terms of their very scientific scale on the straight stick here, like that would be almost I'm sure there's diminishing returns at some point. Sorry, I'm out of frame there. I'm sure there's diminishing returns at some point in terms of their very scientific scale, but this should be like 160-mile-an-hour driver speed at a minimum, right? It should be like I'm swinging a driver. So let's see if I can get this magnet to release and click with the selector being at the very top. All right. All right. So here we go. Selector at the very top. I'm not gonna try to do my swing much harder than I was doing it before. So let's see if it goes through. A little bit late, a little bit later in the swing, but it definitely came through. It definitely came through. Yeah. So so again, like I don't know, maybe I'll leave this stream up on the channel or not, just because it is busting a few of the things that they claim on the promo video. And it also, am I out of frame again? I'm probably out of frame again. So it is busting some of that stuff that they do on the promo video. They specifically say, and I've been granted access to the exclusive straight stick training videos from Performance Golf, and they specifically say that this thing, you see Rocco swinging it, he says that it doesn't release when you're not swinging on plane. That's not true. The swing speed selector, there's multiple times in those training videos that he says, hey, if you're having trouble doing the thing, you should maybe back it off to a slower speed. Now, granted, I do swing the club relatively fast. My 7-iron is around 90-95. I carry typically around 170 on my 7-iron with the T100Ss. But like I'm not swinging out of my shoes on this thing, and I'm getting the magnet to release basically anywhere on the straight stick. I really did want to like do a grouping and dispersion thing for this stream, and I don't know, like I just don't know what's happening with my sim. I did a lot of testing before the stream, and of course, Murphy's law, it goes wrong when it goes wrong. So I don't know. But by all means, The swing plane was the most important aspect for me. You totally covered that. Thanks, Rick. Well, that I'm glad because when I bought this, that was the biggest selling fact for me too, because I do struggle with a pretty out to in club pass, sometimes up to double digits. I compensate for it, or whatever the case is, but it doesn't correct your swing plane. It just doesn't. Again, we'll do again. Okay, another the highest setting at the top. There's no way in theory that I should be able to make this release. We'll do a big over the top swing and see if I get the magnet to go. All right, big over the top, like hacking at it over the top. Now, granted, the with it being this far up, it's the swing, the magnet is hitting the bottom of the club back when it's about like right here in the swing. It's not hitting down here at the bottom of the swing. It's hitting about right here, but it still definitely is coming out. And we'll set it down to, again, we'll just do moderate 90 mph swing according to their scale again. So 90 mph swing with the swing stick here. And then we'll give it a swing. Huge out to in club path. Here we go. Yep, boom. Huge inside out club path. Yep, boom. There it goes. Another thing just to point out too, they have the grip, right? That's another big selling point about the grip is that, you know, we've seen these grips before. It's kind of it helps you understand how to grip the golf club correctly. Again, a very good tool for new golfers. And then the big selling point here with the straight stick is they say you can set it to different positions, right? You can set it to neutral, strong, strong plus. Again, this is mostly marketed towards high handicappers that tend to slice the ball. So you can adjust the grip to do that. It seems pretty strong. Like here I am, I'm kind of gripping the club to what I consider straight, right? You know, I have it straight in my hands. Like I should expect to see kind of a straight club face, I think, in my eyes, and it's pretty canted there. So that's on the strong setting. So as I come and take it down, right, I'm here and then I'm hitting. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive shaft lean. I mean, maybe that's where I need to be at. It's just kind of not what I'm used to seeing with that one. So let's take it down. You also have strong and strong plus. Again, you just kind of unscrew it and then you can set it to what it is. Let's go strong plus first. Let's see how that looks. I appreciate that, Rick. Thank you so much. I'll leave the video up. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. This is not the stream that I really intended to do. I did intend to cover these aspects of it, but I expected it to be a little bit more streamlined. All right, so this is the strong plus setting of the grip. Again, I mean, we can look how much shaft lean that is. My goodness. I mean, my hands are like basically by my left thigh. That's crazy down there. Okay. See, that's uncomfortable to me. And maybe I need to be there. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a great golfer. I'm around a 13 handicap, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go to the neutral setting now. Let's see how that feels. Okay, so we're on the neutral setting now. All right. So let's see how that feels. Neutral setting again. Okay, take the grip. I feel like the club is in my fingertips and straight right there. Still a pretty good cant on the club face, but that to me feels more like kind of my normal setup, the neutral setting right here. Good grip there. That feels natural for me. The strong and strong plus would be a pretty significant change in my setup. So, all right. So let's where would this be valuable? Okay, let's not just like say, hey, it's a piece of junk and it's a scam. Let's find some value with this thing, at least in terms of my initial impressions of it. Beginner golfer, like straight beginner golfer, doesn't know much about the golf swing, just needs to have a feeling of what it's like to swing the club, swing the club through the ball with speed, that click is very satisfying, and it does give you some good feedback of delivering a good swing. It's nice. I like that. The grip as well. We've seen these training tools before. Newer golfer with understanding how to grip the club correctly. Although I would say I don't know if the Strong and Strong Plus would be beneficial to them, but at least it kind of gets their hands on the club in the correct fashion. That would be, you know, beneficial to them building on their swing. Perhaps again, here's I'm just at some dude in his garage critiquing this thing, so take it for that's what it's worth. Um, Also, I do think just my initial impressions of this, I think it's a good warm up tool, to be honest. It's a little bit heavier. It feels good swinging it. And that click you get when you're swinging it, it's satisfying. It does make you feel like you're hitting the ball. It makes it feel like you're hitting through the ball with speed. So I like that aspect of it too. It's just very, very satisfying. Just with that. Just in it in the, at its minimum, that's satisfying. Just that focus of making it click at the bottom. Yeah. I mean, that feels good. Everything outside of it, all the claims, take those out of it. But this is satisfying. Is it worth the amount? I don't know. But I think it has a place as kind of a warm up tool. Although I would feel silly just carrying this in my bag all day as a warm up tool. I don't know. So we've done our swing stick swings, right? I know the Mevo is not going to reflect because it's not updating right now. But let's do one more. Let's do a 7-iron swing. Again, this is my club. This is what they do on the video is they have the guy swing the club a few times and then they hit their normal club and it's amazing. So let's see how we feel about hitting a 7-iron now after swinging the swing stick a few times. Yeah, that would have been fat and to the left. And adjusting to the weight a little bit is kind of the thing too. Yeah, that's probably a pull to the left too. So to sum up this kind of ad hoc, not quite to the production level of I wanted it to be straight stick review, is that it does nothing for your swing plane. I can tell you that. Also, the swing speed selector on the straight stick is pretty much worthless. You can get it to release basically at the same speed no matter what, from 60 all the way up to like the max level. Again, 60-mile-per-hour swing. Again, not putting a lot into it. It goes. Taking it all the way up to the 100 here, 100-mile-per-hour swing now. And they say this is supposed to be off your driver speed too. It's not your iron speed. They say it's supposed to be off your driver speed. So 100 miles an hour, again, not much harder. Yeah, and it's gone. So we'll hang out for a few more minutes. If someone else has some questions or something, I'd be happy to answer them or something they'd like me to test out with this. But I think we can confirm that it does nothing for your swing plane. And I think the best that it does is helps you visualize accelerating contact through the ball, like making it snap down at the bottom of your swing. I think that's a good visualization. But that's about the extent of my initial assumption. Now, I will do more testing with this. I'll film a more comprehensive, like kind of maybe 2-3 week review of the straight stick and post it on the channel. I'll put the dispersion stuff in there as well on that video as well. But for our initial testing of the straight stick, I think we've already debunked quite a bit of the claims of it from what they say on the videos. But there's one other claim that we'll certainly probably figure out if it's true or not, and that's the 365-day money-back guarantee for the product. So We'll see if that holds true as well, because I imagine we're going to be probably taking advantage of that as well. That click is very satisfying, though. I can tell you that the click, swinging it, hearing the click is very satisfying. That is true. Um, cool. Well, again, kind of a random Thursday night stream down here in the garage. Typically, we are streaming GS Pro. We're playing some of the courses, maybe like the PGA Tour is playing that week, or some type of different like theme or challenge or whatever the case is. So stay tuned for that, and come join the live streams for that as well. Stay tuned for some of the other stuff. Rick, again, I'm really disappointed that the swing plane claim has been busted. Very sad. I agree with you, man, because that's my biggest problem too. Like I said, I'm probably to the extent of a double digit out to in sometimes, especially with my longer clubs. So I was really hoping that this would kind of at least give me something to get a little bit better with that. But I mean, again, there's no way other to do it, and I hope it's coming through the video effectively. I mean, this isn't an out to in club path. Big out this way, right? That's out to in, and I'm going to get it to go. I mean, there's no way that's what they say. It's not going to release. That's it. It doesn't help your swing plane. It doesn't help your swing plane. Let's hit one more just real 7-iron, because I don't want to end my session down here in the garage tonight without at least hitting one decent ball, at least feeling one decent ball being struck. So let's do that just real quick. All right, that was good. That would have most likely, if the Mevo was working properly, been kind of a pull fade, is kind of what I felt off the club face. All right. Well, that's it for the stream. I know I was a little bit disappointed kind of at the start of it with everything, but I will leave this video up on the channel. I hope that if you've watched it this far and you joined the stream, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I do this for fun. I do this in my spare time, so your support is very, very much appreciated. And stay tuned, because I'm not just going to leave the straight stick just here. I do want to give it a little bit of time to use it as some of the warm up stuff, do the dispersion test for a video and that stuff too. So probably in about 2 weeks time, keep an eye out on the channel. I will post a short review, probably a 10 to 15 minute video on the straight stick, my thoughts, everything as well. And that's it, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your support. Sorry for the technical difficulties down here in the garage this evening. I really wanted to do some dispersion testing with it as well. But outside of that, I hope you have the great rest of your week. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Rick, thank you again so much for joining. Thank you for letting people know. Chandler, thank you for the comment as well. Maybe I'll give the lag shot a try in the future as well. And outside of that, y'all have a great rest of your week. Cheers. Peace.